Coming up on Chapman News, gang violence in Orange County hits close to home for Chapman students.
Plus, a community in mourning piecing together the car crash that killed 5 teens.
And members of the Panthers squad join us live in studio to chat about homecoming weekend and preview the football game against Pomona Pitzer.
Homecoming and family weekend. More details to come on Chapman News, coming up right now.
Hello Panthers and happy Friday. It's homecoming weekend. I'm Andrea Hammer.
And I'm Alex Biston. We have a lot going on this week in Orange, but we start in Orange. Last week, Chapman student Jared Stevens got an unwanted guest at his Old Town home. Scary enough that Stevens called the police. He was concerned because a man was out front of his house causing a scene.
On the street right here. His face was all bloody. He was definitely not sober. And Darren and I are standing out here kind of just assessing the situation. And he starts like biking circles, like staring at us, and then like creepily going in circles. He like pretended to like shoot us like with hand signals.
The man on the bike came onto the lawn and pushed a table over, yelling and tossing up gang signs with his hands. Later that week, Stevens' house was tagged with the letters OCC, which police say stands for one of the local gangs in Orange County, the Orange County Criminals. Then only a few blocks away from Stevens, near campus, there was a gang-related shooting. These gang incidents in the past month have started to affect Chapman students.
That's one of the things as the dynamics of the neighborhood change, as more and more Chapman students move into the neighborhood. You kind of get more and more victimization because as things that used to happen in the neighborhood didn't affect Chapman, they just affected neighbors, but a lot of the people living in the surrounding neighborhood now are also Chapman people.
Chief Burba says that he and the Orange County police agencies work together to share their knowledge of these incidents. The Orange County Police Department is full service. If something happens off campus, they can handle it on their own and are not required to report it to Chapman, no matter how close the incident is. Chief Burba recommends students that do live off campus subscribe to iWatch, an alert program much like Chapman University's Panther Alerts. These alerts are for the city and put on by OPD.
A very emotional gathering in Orange County on Tuesday as friends and neighbors met to mourn the loss of 5 local teens and to pray for the recovery of the only survivor. Hundreds of young people and dozens of families came to Hankey Elementary, where one of the victims attended, to honor their memories. Annie Ackerman brings us this report.
We all had a strong bond that no one would understand, and I really miss him.
Unspeakable pain as friends and family choked back tears.
I didn't just lose a cousin, I lost my best friend and a brother.
Hundreds lit candles, said a prayer, and grieved for Brandon Moreno, an 8th grader at Hankey Middle School, Matthew Mello, and Alex Sotelo of Capistrano Valley High School. All 3 soccer stars, along with Laguna Hills' Jenny Campos and Jenny Bahana. All of them just 14 and 15 years old, killed in a car crash while coming home from a night at Not Scary Farm.
We were always happy, he always made us laugh.
It's often said that teammates and good friends are like family, and on this night, Mission Viejo is mourning for boys who had a passion for soccer they'll never forget.
They wouldn't want us to be sad, they would want us to be happy, and they would want us to keep laughing about life like they would make us laugh all the time.
A community in shock and pain, and tonight, grieving together.
All of the families of the victims are asking for privacy during this difficult time and say they're so grateful for the support they've received from the community. Reporting from Hankey Elementary, Annie Ackerman, Chapman News.
The sole survivor and driver of the car, 16-year-old Bradley Morales, remains in serious condition. CHP is still investigating the crash. They do know Morales did not have a license, and they're still trying to answer questions about how he had access to the car, which would determine if he could face criminal charges.
Playgrounds and classrooms remain empty at 3 Huntington Beach schools as asbestos during school renovations. Hopeview Elementary, Lakeview Elementary, and Oakview Elementary are all closed until asbestos is completely removed. Joe Galeone, a candidate for the School District Board of Trustees, believes that this situation could have been handled better.
It's an absolute frustration, I guess, in a nutshell. As far as a plan of how to make up the days, it's still in the planning stage. I don't think the kids are enjoying the time off now. There's a lot of questions still remaining.
8 schools in the Ocean View School District remain open, but they still may be at risk. The schools are still being tested for the carcinogenic dust.
One of Chapman University's missions is to keep its campus safe, so they have enlisted some help from students. Lily Rolnick reports.
Chapman University's Student Liaison program was created this month. Public Safety Lieutenant Bill Herron says the program raises Chapman's library security.
We train 21 Chapman students. They are liaison officers, and what they do is they patrol the library looking for bad guys and observing and reporting, but they're highly visible as well.
Student liaison officers have a stand and table in the middle of the first floor library. During their shifts, these students have been trained to go around the library looking for suspicious behavior from strangers or students, as well as looking for any student that leaves a laptop or wallet unattended.
I network with all kinds of police departments at different universities. We all share the same problem. At a library, in this case, they have over 900,000 people visiting it a year. Our incidents are very low. We had 16 incidents last year.
Although 16 is and sounds low, Herron says one of the goals of the program is turning that 16 into 0. Student liaisons are told during their training the steps to take when finding a laptop or something suspicious. Lucy Provence said her steps are
to report it to my dispatch, and the dispatch contacts public safety and they come to the library.
Provence said she was happy this position opened because she had been looking for a work-study job. Freshman Steven Tyler thinks this program is great.
I feel like it's important that we have this patrol going on because when people start missing their things, it costs them more money than we should be spending.
Whether it's creating more jobs or protecting campus a little more, the Chapman Public Safety Liaison program is just launching, so over the next few weeks, it will be adjusting its program.
I think it's a great job opportunity. I'd love to see more people get involved in places like the library and just overall have more work study or more jobs.
One of Public Safety's student liaisons is sitting behind me observing and watching. By the end of today, they'll be able to say that they made Chapman a safer place. I'm outside Leatherby Libraries, Lily Rolnick, Chapman News.
We will now be taking a quick break and we will be back in less than a minute.
Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Newport Beach police on Monday arrested the man responsible for a grade-changing scandal at a local high school. Timothy Lai was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport for his connection to a cheating scandal. The incident took place last year at a Corona Del Mar High School in Newport Beach. Lai allegedly helped students hack into the school's grading system to change their grades. Lai faces 1 felony count of second-degree commercial burglary and 4 felony counts of computer access and fraud. Lai has posted a $200,000 bail since his arrest. There is still no date for his trial.
For all you tired, thirsty college students, struggle no more. Redbull settled a $13 million lawsuit, giving users $10 cash or 2 free Redbull products. The suit claims that their slogan, "Red Bull gives you wings," promotes false advertising because it doesn't boost performance like the slogan suggests. Red Bull denies any wrongdoing and will continue to market products in the same way. Users who have purchased at least 1 Red Bull in the past 10 years are able to file a lawsuit and receive their reimbursement until March 2nd of 2015. Student entrepreneurs are making a name for themselves and advancing rapidly in the real world. Rachel Choder, Chapman students are getting their foot in the door.
Some students graduating from Chapman University aren't waiting for job offers when they graduate. They've already created their own business.
Created a business called Cool Clothing, Kewl, clothing with a K. Everyone always looks the same, so I wanted to look different and create something where people could look different as well.
Mackenzie isn't the only student at Chapman University with an interest in entrepreneurship.
Rave Naked's basically the first festival of fashion lifestyle brand, so we really want to incorporate everything there is about festivals and fashion and really turn like music and fashion into one sort of cohesive thing.
People around the globe use the website Kickstarter to help further their business. Chapman student Sarah Clevenger uses this site to gain leverage.
Kickstarter's been great. I mean, we really need this money. We don't want to go into debt for this. We're not trying to do this too big, too fast.
For college students these days, it can be more challenging to find a job in traditional employment. If students pick up these skills that can start their businesses, they can create their own job and have another path to go down.
They really have a much better understanding in concrete, practical terms.
I'm Rachel Choder,
Chapman
News.
These students say starting their own business is a great way to network with industry professionals in their field and get practical experience at a young age. Chapman Homecoming kicks off tomorrow. Here to talk to us about the big game is Jeremiah McKibbins and Kurt Kofer.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Now, you have won 2 games so far, and you're on a roll. How are you feeling heading into this weekend?
We're feeling pretty confident. You know, we're coming off a great season last year, great season before, and you know we've always done really well against these guys. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do.
Jeremiah, it's great to see you're back after your injury. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Past year has been a very difficult year, both physically and mentally, and it's really good to be back playing football and being with my family and friends. You know, like just playing with them. It's back to be playing the game that I've always been playing for a while.
Now, Kurt, what kind of responsibility comes with being a defensive leader on this team, and how do you support the offense?
It went from just worrying about just worrying about playing the game of football, but now it comes into more teaching the younger guys. It's my 4th year here, and I know most of the ins and outs of defense, so now it comes to making sure the younger guys know what to do to keep the legacy going as I leave. And we support the offense. I mean, plain and simple, get the ball back to them so they can score.
So you're playing Pomona Pitzer. They're 0-3 this season, but they've put up some good numbers. How are they a threat to you guys?
Whenever we play against Pomona plays extremely hard. They're guys that don't really have that many people on the team, but therefore that means they get more reps and more time as well. So the biggest threat they have is that they play extremely hard with the guys that they have.
Now, everybody loves homecoming, and Bob Owens definitely always emphasizes that it's a huge tradition on campus. So what is the big message this week?
It's really Panther pride. Pride in our school. You know, it's every year is getting bigger. From the difference from my freshman year up to last year is amazing. We set a record for attendance last year, and we're supposed to break it again this year. So it's amazing just to see all the school spirit going up within Chapman.
So obviously there's a lot of exciting stuff going on this weekend, and I have a feeling I know your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it anyways. What's your favorite part about it?
Oh, man. I mean, I mean, the game in general. That's the best part. At least for me, it is. But seeing another part for me is seeing my family and also friends that come back to just watch the game. You get to talk to them. You get to see them after. You're always really excited to see your best friends, come back.
And if you guys could give fans one thing to get out there this weekend, what would it be?
Just come out, see a great game. We're planning on beating these guys pretty bad. I don't want to go in overconfident, but we're planning on having a heck of a game.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, Homecoming week began with Fall Fest. The annual start to fall on campus. Chapman News reporter Carly Greer has more about the event.
Chapman University Program Board put on their annual Fall Fest event on Wednesday in Atala Piazza. For many students, it was a nice break in between classes.
UPB puts on a lot of events during Homecoming week to just get students in the Chapman spirit. Really pumped for the game on Saturday.
The event was complete with fall decor, caramel apples to enjoy, and even a paint-your-own pumpkin booth. For students' entertainment, Chapman's own a cappella groups like Men of Harmony and Soundcheck performed during passing periods. The Fall Fest was a great chance for students to connect with some of the clubs on campus, like the Lions Club and the Health Professions Society.
Everybody had a great time, and we couldn't have been happier to be here today.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to get new clubs out there, have the student population at Chapman check out what we have on campus to get involved in.
We really wanted to make it a special event for students to just kind of come and hang out, get some free food, learn about some new clubs on campus, and get really super involved with UPB.
Although the heat hasn't cooled down, fall is in full swing at Chapman University. Fall Fest kicks off Homecoming weekend starting this Saturday. I'm Carly Greer, Chapman News.
Other homecoming events include the Alumni Ice Cream Social, the Chili Cook-Off, and of course, the homecoming football game, all taking place on campus this weekend. Register for events online at chapman.edu.
It's no secret that red light cameras worry drivers, but thanks to a new proposal, parts of Orange County will not have to worry much longer. We go to Chapman News reporter Melissa Cano with the details.
Speeding, pedestrian safety, and rolling through red lights are the top violations that call for these red light cameras. But in a 5-0 vote Tuesday, Orange County leaders plan to ban the cameras in the county's unincorporated areas. This means Tustin's one and only violation camera off 17th and Tustin Avenue will be coming down.
It honestly may hurt drivers, in my opinion, because I have received a red light camera violation, but it wasn't in the state of California, it was in the state of Hawaii.
Outside of California, tickets run around $100, but here in Orange County, violators can be paying up to $500. The public is outraged not only by the price they pay, but by recent reports proving the cameras cause more accidents. When drivers head toward a red light, they see the photo enforce sign, forcing them to slam on their brakes in order to stay behind the markers. The result, rear-end collisions are up by 80%. If there was hard evidence of lives actually being saved, the high price might not seem so steep.
If you can justify it, but for the normal person, it's probably outrageous.
For now, county officials and residents fully support the measure and feel the red light cameras will not be missed. Melissa Cano, Chapman News.
60 cities have already banned red light cameras in California. The proposed measure will go before the board for final approval in late October to see if these OC communities will join the rest.
October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Fullerton Fire Association is stepping up their game this year to fight the disease. The association launched their Pinktober campaign this week and will be using a pink fire truck to extinguish cancer. People can show their support by writing positive messages on the pink exterior of the fire truck. Firefighters will also be selling pink attire and window decals to raise money for St. Jude's Memorial Foundation. The Fullerton Firefighters Association has raised nearly $35,000 for cancer research in the last 2 years and plans to continue the campaign next year.
A lot of events going on this week at Chapman, and no homecoming weekend would be complete without Chapman cheerleaders.
Chapman News reporter and cheer captain Mandy Ortiz is live on campus to fill us in with all the homecoming details. Mandy?
That's right, Alex. The energy is building, and not because it's a Friday, but because it's homecoming and family weekend. I'm here with just a few of our Chapman football players, Chapman cheerleaders, and of course, Pete the Panther. Anthony Isaiah Cooney, come up here. This is our tight end, senior number 85. It's your fourth and final homecoming game. Now, tell us a little bit, how does the energy differ for a homecoming game as opposed to a normal home game?
Well, with the homecoming game, there's the alumni. They come back and they have a chance to relive what it means to be a Panther again, and they definitely add an extra oomph to the energy of the crowd.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing that extra oomph at tomorrow night's game, but we know homecoming's not just about the game. It starts today with Chapman Day of Service on campus and off campus, as well as classes for parents and families to come see what Chapman students all. Then tomorrow morning, we have the 5K in the morning, the chili cook-off, the student end zone, and then, of course, the big football game against Pomona Pitzer. The team hasn't lost a homecoming game in 4 years. We expect nothing different this weekend, right? Yeah! Now, students are advised to get there early and get your tickets online. Even though you get in for free with your ID, you need to reserve them online because it's expected to be a full house. It's a blackout, so make sure you wear black. Now, on behalf of everyone here on main campus, the cheerleaders, the football players, Pete the Panther, and the students. Go! For Chapman News, I'm Mandy Ortiz. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Mandy. The NFL has officially banned players and coaches from wearing Beats by Dre headphones when televised. A new deal between the National Football League and Bose has restricted both players and coaches to only wearing these using particular brand. This could be a difficult transition for the players who use the widely popular alternative brand Beats by Dre. The regulation also applies to players that have deals with Beats, such as Colin Kaepernick and Richard Sherman. The rules applies to TV interviews during training camps, practice sessions, and game days for up to 90 minutes after the event has ended. If violated, they are subject to fines.
A former LAPD officer was beaten by 3 unidentified men outside Angel Stadium on Friday, leaving him unconscious. The 43-year-old Huntington Beach resident was approached around 11 p.m. in the stadium parking lot at what was described as an unprovoked fight. Witnesses say the victim was walking to his car with a relative when the 3 men attacked him and ran away. Anaheim police was called to the scene, but no arrests were made.
The former officer was taken to a local hospital in serious condition. The suspects are at large as authorities investigate the identities of the 3 men, as well as the reason behind such violence. If you have any information about the incident, please contact Orange County Crime Stoppers. And some extremely rare mammals were seen off the coast of Laguna Beach this Monday. Over 50 sperm whales spanning between 3-mile radius were seen jumping and playing in the water. Usually only a few males were spotted every year off the coast, and many scientists say this is the largest group of whales traveling together they have ever seen. Scientists believe that these warmer coastal waters and the hope of finding food is the reason for the rare sighting. Both pilot whales and tropical birds prefer warmer waters, both of them which have been spotted off the coast this year.
Well, it's been really hot, then it's cooled down. Alex, I'm just ready for some consistent fall weather.
You know what, Andrea, I am too, and thank God we have Liz to tell us all about the weather for next week. Liz, what's going on?
Thanks, Alex. Well, I have good news for the both of you. Due to a low pressure system, we are finally seeing those cool temperatures that we have all been looking forward to. If you take a look at our Orange County forecast today, Irvine right here sitting in the center of Orange County, sitting at a nice 73. If you get the opportunity to go to Newport Beach, I definitely recommend it. It's perfect beach day weather. We have a little bit of wind moving in, which makes paddleboard, surfboarding, really sailboating, or whatever floats your boat a great idea. So if you want to just head out to Newport, take advantage of this beach day. Now, looking at our southwest region, again, you can see where that pressure system has kind of made its way and consistently lowered the temperatures from the bottom of our coast here in San Diego up to Santa Barbara, really up here. You know, you are looking at those cool temperatures that we've really been looking forward to. And speaking of things we are looking forward to, our 5-day forecast for this weekend. It's so exciting. You know, we have a little bit of cloud coverage, a little bit of fog on Friday, Saturday, kind of cooling it down. On Sunday, the sun will come out. It'll be completely sunny and maybe a little bit warmer than the Friday, Saturday. But on Monday, Tuesday, we'll have that fog kind of move back in here. We might have a chance of rain actually on Tuesday. So I know a lot of us have been looking forward to that with the drought. So hopefully it does in fact rain. Now, this weekend is such an important one for us here at Chapman University. We're playing Pomona Pitzer on Saturday night at the football game, right at the start of the tailgating, 4 p.m. We got a little bit of cloud coverage, which will make barbecuing that hot dog and that hamburger a little bit nicer because we'll have the clouds there while we're out in the parking lot. Start of the football game, 75, completely clear skies, really great, you know. And then it'll get a little cool, so if you are heading to the game, I definitely recommend grabbing a jacket, a light cardigan. Towards that fourth quarter, you may want to be pulling it on because it is going to get cold, and it really is starting to look like fall here in Southern California. Now, I am so excited to head out to the football game, cheer on our Panthers, hopefully get that victory. But Jacquelyn, can you tell us what else we should be excited about in sports?
Up next, water polo looks to extend their win streak to 5 games. Volleyball struggles in the SCIAC, and meet the man you'd least expect to be on Chapman's football team. All that and more next up on the Best Campus Sports Show.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Welcome back, I'm Jacquelyn Fisher, and this is the Best Campus Sports Show. It's been 4 weeks since the Chapman water polo team started their season, and this Saturday, they finally had their first home game as they hosted the Washington and Jefferson College Presidents. Let's go to the action. Coming into this game, the Panthers were 7-7 and were looking to get over 500 for the first time this year. At the top, Willis Allen is denied at the net, but then the Panthers were able to break through as Jeff O'Brien with the nice shot on goal. After that, it was all Chapman as Willis Allen finds the back of the goal for the second score of the game. The Presidents tried to cut the lead here with the late goal from Kevin Dunnigan, but that would not be enough as the Panthers went on to win 13-10. Women's volleyball took on Claremont Mudscripts College last Tuesday night at the Hut. The 4th and 12 Panthers came out fired up, looking to upset the 18th-ranked Athenas. It was all Chapman in the beginning of the game as Nicole Moy slams a kill. Chapman won the first set 25-17. Somebody call the SWAT team. Val Geiger in the third set with the big block. She led the team with 5 blocks of the night. However, Claremont proved to be too much for the Panthers, winning 3-1. The Lady Panthers go 3-5 in the SCIAC Conference and are on the hunt for a playoff bid. Panther football is riding a 2-game win streak, topped off by a dominant victory over Claremont last week. We start in the third quarter, Michael Leahy to Sean Myers for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. And then Marcus Trujillo in the fourth quarter nails a 25-yarder. Chapman wins 33-23. Taking a look at the week ahead for Chapman Athletics, it's finally here, homecoming football. Come on out and support the Panthers at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. On Monday, men's soccer kicks off against Laverne at 7. Women's volleyball hits the court on Tuesday against Redland. Women's soccer plays Occidental at 4 on Wednesday. Playing college football ain't easy, especially as a lineman. And when you're born completely deaf, Impossible, right? Well, don't tell that to Chapman's Connor Svetley. Chapman newbies Megan Harger and Megan Ernst bring us Connor's inspiring story.
Fans screaming, coaches yelling, and whistles blowing. These are all sounds Chapman football player Connor Setley shouldn't be hearing, but he does anyway.
So I actually am completely deaf. I have no hearing whatsoever.
Connor was born deaf and at a young age underwent 2 cochlear implant surgeries, giving him a chance to hear normally. These small electronic devices bypass the damaged portions of the ear, stimulating the auditory nerve. Signals are then released, which the brain recognizes as sound.
And in terms of daily life, other than missing things, it's pretty normal. There's not really any problems with it.
And after the official clearing from his doctor, Connor was allowed to play the sport he loves.
There's not really any special precautions. You know, first when he first got here, I was a little concerned about his earpiece, but you know, he says it pops out and he says he's fine.
Connor's natural impairment doesn't affect his attitude on or off the field.
He doesn't feel that he's handicapped in any way with it. You know, just when you're talking to him and everything, he feels he can do everything.
Who plays football with the issues that he has? He's been able to overcome so much, and I think he's just a figure for a lot of people to look up to. It creates a positive atmosphere whenever he's around.
Although Connor was born with a deficit most don't have to deal with, he embraces it.
I guess you could say it was my life setting was on hard, but really it's just you sort of deal with it, you understand that you have it, and it's like you have to deal with it, so you just sort of take it as it goes.
Setley came to Chapman from Paradise Valley, Arizona, and he's studying business. That does it for sports today. I know I'll be going to the homecoming game tomorrow. What about you, Roxanne?
You drive buzzed, it could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So excited for homecoming this weekend. In fact, I'm actually running in the 5K tomorrow morning. But what's happening outside of the Schmid gates?
Well, let's go to Roxanne and she'll give us all the latest in entertainment. Roxanne.
Thanks, guys. Well, grab your lederhosens and your dirndls because Germany's Oktoberfest is coming to Fullerton this Sunday. Oktoberfest first began all the way in 1810 and is now the world's largest fun fair. It is held every year with music, beer, traditional German food, oh my. The festival will go on October 12th at the Muckenthaler Cultural Center from 12 to 4 p.m., so get your tickets before they sell out and say Auf Wiedersehen. And Chapman's Homecoming Weekend celebration kicks off with Chapman's Got Talent tonight at 8 p.m. in Arduous Forum. Students take on the stage and showcase their talents and earn votes from the live audience. In the past, acts have varied from rap songs to poetry and even acrobatics. And for those of you who have missed the deadline to sign up, there's an open mic available afterwards to finish off the event. So start warming up those vocal cords, head to the stage and show us what you got. And it's that time of year again for the flattest, fastest, and funnest 5K in town. The 9th annual Chapman University Toyota of Orange 5K is back and ready to go. There's a new race course that'll go all around Old Town Orange and end right back on campus in Atala Piazza. All the proceeds and donations received will go toward the Chapman Scholarship Fund. The race is tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., so don't be late. All right, guys, that's all I have for you for entertainment this week. Andrea and Alex, back to you at the desk.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Andrea Hammer.
And I'm Alex Biston. Have a great weekend, Panthers.